Good morning, guys. Welcome back. This is a Legacy School Year 2 English Lesson Grammar Sheet 7. You will need for this lesson your grammar book, your pencil, eraser, and sharpener. Today we are going to review suffixes and prefixes and a new topic called present participle. Okay, we're going to review suffix and prefixes, and we have present participle. A suffix is usually one or more syllables added at the end of a word to change or add to its meaning. Like I would add a suffix at the end of a word. I would say happy, happily. I added a suffix at the end of happy. It's L. Yeah, happily. Okay. A prefix is added at the beginning of a word to change its meaning. It will change the meaning or will give you the opposite of it sometimes. Like you will say happy, you will say unhappy. This is the opposite. Okay. Kind, unkind. Respect, disrespect. So this is a prefix. It will give you the opposite and change the meaning also. A suffix sometimes changes the adjective into noun. Like I would say kind, kindness. Okay, this is a suffix. A prefix sometimes give you the opposite of a word. Pre in prefix means before, like pre-reception. That means before reception, okay? Or preschool, that means it's before school. This is the stage before the school. So pre here means before. Here prefix, that means beginning of a sentence, of a word, sorry. The present participle is used to form the present continuous. And this is what we're going to learn right now. What is a present participle? And what do I mean by it? It's usually forms something called present continuous. Present continuous means something is still happening, okay? This actually happens to a verb. So, let's see. A suffix can be something as simple as a S to make plural of nouns. Sometimes we add S, sometimes we add ES, sometimes we add IES, okay? Also, those are the plural for plural, but they are also called suffix, okay? They can be as simple as that. As an S to make plural, we call it a suffix also. Even if you want to compare the length of 2 or more or 3 pencils or more, what suffix would you add at the end of a word? So, we add suffixes er and est to make comparative and superlative adjectives. We say, this pencil is longer than this one, or this pencil is the longest. Okay, I would add first, if there is 2 things, I would add er. If you're comparing between 2 things, you will add er. Longer, taller, bigger, between 2 things. If this thing is from between a lot of things or more than 2, you will say this is the longest. Longest, you add est, longest. Also, those called suffixes, okay? So suffix can be simple as S for plural, or even in comparing in adjective. What about suffixes with verbs? Okay, sometimes we add suffixes to verbs. What do you add at the end of a regular verb in the simple past tense? You remember, guys, in the past we add ed to make the past tense of a regular verb. We used to add ed, okay? In this lesson we are adding something new called present, to make something called present participle to form the present continuous. I want you to look at this sentence in yellow. We are walking. We are walking. My verb here is walk, okay? So I added ing is used a lot with verbs. For example, the verb walk becomes walking. Talk becomes talking, okay? Sometimes you add ing. What else? Read, it will say reading. So this is our present participle, okay? It is something that has happened and is still happening, okay? It is still happening. We add ing. I am walking. That means I am walking at this moment. Is something still happening, okay? I am reading. That means, did you stop reading? No, because I'm still doing that. I am reading. Right now, I am reading. That means something is still happening. So, each time you find ing, that means this is present participle or present continuous. If it means that it's still happening, that thing is still happening, okay? So, the rules for adding the suffix ing are very similar as to when you add ed to a verb. You remember when you used to add ed? The present participle, it looks like it in a lot of things. And it's different from a lot of things, so from other things. So let's find out. If the root word ends in a consonant which is not immediately after a short vowel sound, we just add the suffix. If there is a no vowel in the middle, you add the suffix, okay? Also, if there is sometimes if there's short vowel like by, also you will add ing immediately. You're not going to change the ya, okay? If the root verbs ends in we remove before adding the suffix ing. For example, look at smile. Because I can't put again, that means I'm gonna have two vowels, right? And e. So that means I'm going to do what? I'm going to remove the and put ing. So it'll be smiling, okay? Smiling. This is present participle or present continuous. That means something is still happening. If the root verb ends in a consonant immediately after a short stressed vowel sound, we have to double the final consonant before adding ing. You remember? In that one, we used to double and add ed in the past, right? Here again, you will double and you add ing. Like nod, it will be nodding. Nodding, okay? Again, you will double and you will add ing if there is a short vowel in the middle, okay? Double and ing, okay? It's double and ing, okay? So let's look at the verb worry, okay? Worry. How would you add ed here in the past? In worry, you will take the ya out and you add then you add ed, right? This is in the past. But how would you add ing? Am I going to put Let's find out. You would not change anything before adding ing. This is to avoid having two next to each other. Look at this example here. If I have worry, if I change the ya into and then I added ing, it will be worrying, like with double and double This is completely wrong, okay? So I'm going to do what? I am going to avoid having two I am going to just leave it the same and add ing, okay? Okay guys, you got me? Worry, worrying. I'm not going to change the ya into because I'm gonna have two and I don't want that. I want only one So this is the right one in yellow. Worry, worrying. There is one tricky verb, is to die, or all the verbs looks like this with the I sound at the end. What do you think happens to this when you add ing? So again here, although the verb ends in to avoid having two next to each other, both is are replaced with the ya. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to take the and together, take them out, and then I will change them into ya, and then I will add ing. Okay, so die becomes dying. I will take the I sound out and replace it with the ya. Okay, then I will add ing, even though in the past is died with da, but here I'm going to take the. So if I took the eh out and I put I, I'm gonna have two I, right? So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take both of them, and replace them with the ya. Then add ing. Okay, so die becomes dying. Okay, die becomes dying. So English language, as I mentioned before, has two participle, the present participle and the past participle. So this is the present participle. As I told you, we use it to form present continuous tense. That means something is continuing or still happening. So this is our present participle, is adding ing to make the verb as still happening. Walk, walking. Talk, talking. Jump, jumping. Read, reading. That means you are still doing those things. This is coming from the word continue, or continuous means it's still happening. Okay guys, so I think this is all of our lesson.